Just sold a Pokemon card and now it's time to send it. Do you send it wrapped up in a bit of paper? Do you wrap it up in a heap of thick cardboard? Do you put multiple cards in one sleeve? You don't do any of that. In this video, I'm going to show you how to post Pokemon cards like a pro while being cost effective and getting customer satisfaction. Let's get into it. Okay guys, and welcome to the how-to part of the video. So you've just sold your Pokemon card and it's time to send it. So there's a few things that we need to take into consideration. First thing we take into consideration is what card we're sending. Ideally the price point. So here we have a card that's around the, I think currently $15, $17 range, you know, under $20, under $50. Then we have a card that's over $50, but still under $100. And here we have a card that's over $100. Okay, so most important thing before we do anything is we want to make sure our cards are sleeved up. Now, if you're sending cards, posting cards that aren't sleeved, you probably walk around the shops barefoot. You need to go have a shower. You need to have a hard look at yourself in the mirror and then come back to the video. Okay, so sleeves, very, very important. Must be sleeved. These are cheap, guys. Like, they're easy to get. I think this pack comes from EB Games, and you see it's $5. You get 100 cards, 100 penny sleeves. These are everywhere now. Kmart have them, Big W have them, they're everywhere. Now, if you don't have any of these or you can't get any of these, you might have some, without realizing, you might have some from an ETB. So here's some from the 151 ETB. Yeah, so cards have to be sleeved up. That's the first most important thing whenever you're posting a card. They have to be sleeved up. So lots of options out there. These are the main one, the penny sleeve, plus you get like sleeves from like your TCGs, like in certain products and whatnot. So you should have some sleeves around somewhere. If you don't, please go get some. Okay, next is top loader. So we have to top load. This is called a top loader. We top load the cards. Again, these are everywhere at the moment. Local game stores have them, EB Games have them, Kmart has them, Big W has them. You shouldn't have any trouble getting these, and you can get bigger packs as well, like that, where you just get more. So usually when I buy these, I always grab a couple at a time. Whenever I'm starting to run low, you know, I'll grab 2 of these and 2 bags of penny sleeves. You always want to have penny sleeves on you, especially if you're collecting Pokemon, because yeah, you want to protect them, you want to look after them. Okay, so we've got our, you know, under $50 card. So we've got it sleeved and we've got it top loaded. Obviously we've taken our nice photos, we've sold the card, now it's time to post it. Now, one thing you can do after you've done this is some people like to either put a bit of tape like this. This is like your cellophane, you know, Scotch tape, we always call it forever. But just on that, there are some purists out there. Some people don't like that. Some collectors, you know, find that, you know, they'll have to throw the top loader out because when they take the tape off, like they'll get all dust marks around where the tape was, or the top of the card might somehow get entangled in the tape. So some people don't like that. Another cheap, effective way you can do it without doing too much damage to the card is you have a lucky band that isn't too tight, that's going to like obviously warp or bend the card. You can put it over the top like that. That's one way of doing it without tape. What I like to do, and you can actually buy particular bags done by the same companies that are specifically designed for top loaders that you put them in, but I like to use these here, especially if I'm sending multiple cards. I got these at Officeworks, local office supplies here. These are just little poly bags. So here we have the little poly bag. So we get our top loaded card and we put it in the poly bag like so. We fold it over and we put a bit of tape there, and that's it. And then when we put it in the envelope, we just fold that bit over as well. So then the card's nice and protected, it's sleeved, it's top loaded, it's in a lovely little cheapest chips poly bag. I think these cost like $5 or something like that. And again, you get 100 of them. Yeah, so like that's pretty much it for that card. So that's ready to now go in the envelope. We'll get to the envelope part in a minute. So again too, these poly bags are really cheap and effective, and if you're sending multiple cards, say in a letter, so usually with cards in a letter, I'll go 3 max. That's pretty much the thickness you're going to get. But these bags come in real handy because they'll fit 3 in there, no problem. Where the other ones that are fitted to go around top loaders, you can really only fit 1 in there. So yeah, those poly bags are really, really good. Okay, so if we're sending a card that is a bit more expensive, so we're over that $50 mark, I like to take just one little extra step. What I'll do is I will get some cardboard. I just dropped some top loaders, that's all good. I'll get some cardboard like this. Now this cardboard comes from, we call it magazine backing board, comic backing board. Looks like that. It's quite thick. And what I'll do is with the card like that, I'll place it on each side of the cardboard just to give it a little bit of extra protection, a bit more scotch tape each side, and that just adds like a little bit of thickness to it, because when you're sending Pokemon cards with letters, they're not actually, you can't add extra protection to them because it's considered sending a document. So again, it's just adding that little bit of extra protection to the card, especially when it's over $50, because for a lot of people, that could be a lot of money. So just by doing those little extra steps just shows that you care, and the customer's really going to appreciate that. So moving on to the more expensive cards, once we go over $100, I like to use card savers. So what this is a card saver. So here we have the card saver here. Again, when I'm sending a card that's worth over $100, I like to assume that the person buying it might be sending it off for grading. So I like to do a part of their work for them. It's just that little bit extra. Now with the card savers, you might find there'll be a little bit of trouble getting these. You're not going to find them at a Kmart or a Big W. Good local game stores will have them, some won't. So yeah, you might have to get these from online. But again, they're done by Ultra Pro, the same company that does the regular top loaders. So yeah, we get a card saver. So we've got our card sleeve, of course, and our penny sleeve, so they can see each side, so they can appreciate it. And we put it in a card saver. The reason why it goes in a card saver is grading companies prefer these because it's a lot easier to get the cards out. They just get scissors, they cut along the sides there, and they just pop the card out. Card saver goes in the bin. So yeah, so I put the card in the card saver, then I'll use cardboard cutout to fit the card saver size. This is cut to fit top loader size, not card saver size. Then what I'll do is once that's placed in the cardboard, top and bottom, taped up each side, I'll then get 2 other bits of cardboard, cut the same size as the card saver, and then basically double cardboard it. So I'm putting it around extra, and then I'll show you what type of letter we put that in. So yeah, so we've got our cards. Most important thing, they're sleeved, they're top loaded, and if you want to go that extra step, you poly bag them. Poly bag them, and the poly bags as well should fit in the card savers as well. That's another reason why those poly bags are so good, because they just come in handy. You can fit multiple cards in a poly bag, and you can also do your card savers in the poly bag as well. So yeah, really can't recommend them highly enough. One more time for the camera. So yeah, so we've got our cards protected. That's that part done. Next part is we want to post them. So in Australia, we have these green little letters that the Australia Post does. This is called a tracked letter. Okay, so this is a tracked letter. These cost around $5.75 at the moment. You can get discount if you're a business, but that's pretty much what they're at the moment. So I understand that might be a bit expensive for some people, but when I'm sending Pokemon cards, I want to have the peace of mind that I know the card has arrived, and you give the customer the peace of mind that the card has arrived. If you're doing let's say for example, a set price, and you're happy with the price you got from the card, you might not have to pass on the cost of postage to the customer. If you're doing an auction, however, I add on the cost of postage But again, they're getting extra peace of mind. I cannot highly recommend tracking high enough. Sometimes I cringe when I see certain cards in being sold automatically with an untracked letter. It's literally like we're talking about potentially hundreds of dollars, $100 in a letter that's untracked. You know, I wouldn't be comfortable sending it, and I wouldn't be comfortable receiving it. So always do a tracked letter. Tracked letter, very, very important. The other option when we're sending multiple cards, so say if we've got a stack of $10 cards, or we've got a big card like this, which is worth a lot more money. Say for example, you've just pulled the Gengar AX out of Ascended Heroes, currently going for around $1,000. You pack it like we've shown before, sleeve, card saver, cardboard. Then you will be putting it in a package. Now the reason why you want to put it in a package is because you can add insurance to a package. This is just a standard bubble mailer from Officeworks. I would get the Australia Post proper registered package, or with a bubble mailer you can get registered post. Again, the reason why you want to get registered post is it's the peace of mind. It's the peace of mind for you, and it's the peace of mind for the person buying it. For example, I recently sold the Charizard EX from Phantasmal Flames. When I sold it, I took photos of the steps. I took photos of the card, I took photos of me packaging the card, I took photos of the bubble mailer envelope, and of course sent the registration to the customer, and I added extra insurance there. So peace of mind for him, peace of mind for me. Also, we're creating a trail. If something did happen that an eBay had to get involved, you know, we can look at the steps where it's like, okay, well, this is when it happened, yeah, okay. So again, record your steps, keep yourself covered. It's so much better for you and so much better for the customer buying it. Gives everyone peace of mind. So yeah, can't highly recommend that enough. Again, so you've got your letter sorted, you know what you're sending it in, you're either doing the track letter or the bubble mailer. Next thing you want to do is you want to get yourself a little thermal label printer. This right here is one of the best things you can invest in if you are sending cards out. These are very, very cheap. You pick them up, you know, Temu, Shein, places like that, like super cheap. They come with a very easy app to follow. The templates are usually already on there. And yeah, you do it over your phone and away you go. So again, highly recommended thermal printer. So let's just say we're all done. So we've got our letter. We want to pop our card in. We stick that up. We've got our thermal printed labels. So we're sending this to Timmy Discord. He lives at 69 Restock Road, Unova region, Queensland, Australia. So we pop that on the front like so. And we've got our label from me. So we got Bart's Collects at 123 Subscribe Street, wink wink, Peldare at WA 5150 Australia. So yeah, some nice little made up addresses there. So yeah, so there's our thermal labels printed out. They go on the packaging. You send your tracking to your customer, you're happy, they're happy, everyone's happy, and yeah, that's how you send cards like a pro.